Grab him if you want.
Registered as a player. And Cuckoo, not in Cuckoo, Kunde, sorry.
Yeah.
The last big sign of the summer. He's back. That's why it's a jet plane.
I remember like we did a game in the late teens when we were going to Wales. Was it?
The aeroplanes in the training ground. Because the airport's just over there.
As a guest.
So, are you getting changed in the building or where you
Well, a very good evening and welcome along to this My Albion TV live stream. Back in PL2 action for Andrew Croft's side. And top of the table, Arsenal are in town to take on Andrew Croft's under-21s. It's been 3 wins out of 3 for the Gunners in both the PL2 and the Premier League to get started this season. So no doubt they've made the trip down from Islington full of beans this afternoon. The Albion have been a bit more sluggish opening up their PL2 campaign, taking just a 1 point from a possible 9. That point came here at Lancing 12 days ago in the first home game of the season. 1-1 that finished against Liverpool. A look at the team news then. First of all, for the Seagulls, as expected, there's another reshuffle to finish off what's been a very busy week for the under-21s. 7 changes in total from that 2-0 defeat away at Wolves on Monday evening. And some of those changes are as a result of the inclusion for many under-21s in the Carabao Cup on Wednesday. Arguably the main headline there, starting lineup this evening. Full debut in the PL2 for Luca Barrington after he joined from Manchester City early this month. On the bench, there's a return to the squad for fullback Sam Packham after his loan spell with Bohemians last season. A few less changes for Mehmet Ali's Gunners, 3 in total. 1 is a change in keeper with Estonia international Karl Hein coming in. The other 2 changes attacking with Amario Kozia-Dubry and Nathan Butler-Odeyeji promoted from the bench for this one. The latter scored the 4th in their 4-1 win at home to Chelsea last Saturday. So last few formalities then ahead of kick-off. The 2 skippers there, Matt Smith and Antef Tsungi this evening. Another glorious evening in Lancing for this late August affair. So referee Sam Mullall almost ready for us to get ready tonight as the Albion go in search of their first win in the PL2. Decent form at home last season, not so good away from home, so they'll be looking to kick-start the campaign tonight. An early foray forward in Todd Miller. Point coming against Liverpool 12 days ago. Julio Enciso getting his first goal for the club. And Liverpool equalising just a few moments afterwards, late on, all the action coming in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yes, Charles! Come on, Dave! Yes, Dave! Us!
And a chance for the debutant Luca Barrington to apply some pressure, try and force a corner. Does in the end go out for a goal kick. I'm sure a lot of Seagulls fans will be interested to see how Luca Barrington does on his full Premier League 2 debut tonight after signing for Manchester City earlier this month. Did make his partial debut, for want of a better phrase, coming off the bench in the 2-0 away defeat to Wolves on Monday evening. We'll get a full go this evening. Number of blue and white shirts around Charles Sago Jr. and the Albion do enough to force the throw-in. So still trying to get going in the PL2 this season. As for Arsenal, well, they've got a 100% record to boast. Latest win, that 4-0 victory over Chelsea. Goals from James Olayinka, Keon Edwards, Charles Sago Jr. and Nathan Butler Oyedeji, who's been called up to the first 11 after coming off the bench to score that 4th late on last Saturday. So then, first set piece for the Seagulls early on. Sami Shashane with it. In towards Miller. Oh, and it almost went through. The real goalmouth scramble there. Miller was in amongst it. Moran was there. This is Moran on the ball now. Really fancy footwork from him. Now Sungi sends it in towards the back post. Effort comes in, and there is the early lead for the Albion. Well, they just about cleared their lines at the first time of asking Arsenal. They couldn't on the second. Redistributed by Antef Tsungi. And then calmly poked in. I think it is the debutant Barrington as well. Here we see the danger. Miller was rising high. It fell to him at the second time of asking. Decent enough stop from Hine. Then Moran gathers it. Shuffles away from a few players. And then Tsungi puts it back in for Jack Hinchelwood to score. So his first PL2 goal for Jack Hinchelwood. He made his PL2 debut on Monday evening. He's gone one better this evening on his second PL2 appearance. So still less than 4 minutes played. How do Arsenal react to that? This is James Olayinka. Just trying to keep the ball high up and pegging back Brighton. Back in now to Lino Souza.
Step in, Carl, step in. Good, sweetie. That's Mario. Play.
The Albion seemingly just happy to settle in now. See what Arsenal have got. Try and get their foot on the ball. Maybe counter at times. A dream start for Andrew Croft's side.
Good. Step, carry, commit. Good. 3v3, movement name. Good, yes, Carl. Good, don't get locked. Good.
Good pressure that from Moran. A little bit too industrious for Sam Mull's liking. Sam Mull, the referee this evening, assisted by Carl Seart and Peter Wilson. And then just between the dugouts, 4th official tonight, Tim Godfrey. Good pressing again from the Albion. Getting a little bit overexcited on this occasion. It's Cam Perpion. Had a decent senior debut on Wednesday evening away at Forest Green Rovers. Provided the assist for Evan Ferguson's first senior goal to cap off an excellent display. 3-0 on Wednesday night to ensure the Albion's progression to the next round. And the opposition for the third round, Arsenal. Arsenal trying to surge forward through Souza. He's done really well from the left-back position, looking for Sago Jr. And Afire does really well to prod it behind for the corner. Needed to. Gets the plaudits from his teammates. So the Albion took the lead early on from a set piece. Can the Arsenal level it up? Just under 7 minutes played with their own set piece. They go short on this occasion. Side-footed towards the back post. Away as far away as the skipper, Matt Smith. Options on this near side with Miguel Aziz, and it is Aziz on the ball now. England under 20, and then it's floated out to the right side of the area. Quickest to it though was Furlong, another of the senior debutants from midweek. But he's going to need to backtrack here. This is Olayinka, threaded through into the area. Gone down a little bit too early there, the Albion defender, and there is the equaliser for Arsenal. Well, we're 7 minutes in. It's Brighton 1, Arsenal 1. Had the feel of a basketball match early on. That was a really good move as well. Started over on that far side, Olayinka at the heart of it. And then just rolled into the path of Amario Cozier-Dubry, promoted from the bench after the 4-1 victory last Saturday. And it's a perfect start for him as well. Couple of goals in the opening 8 minutes, both really well taken. Well, if you've just this second switched on, where have you been? 1-1, 8 minutes in.
Good, sweetie. Can we play? Yes, mate.
Jack Hinchelwood with his first PL2 strike.
Well done, sweetie.
Well played in after an Antef Sungi assist.
Yes, Nino.
And then just a few moments later, Amario Cozier-Dubry with an equally adept finish.
Brilliant, sweetie.
Good battle going on over on that far side in front of the fans who've made it out this Friday evening. Arsenal coming out on top. Some half-hearted appeals against the decision. Play goes on.
Rhythm! Rhythm! Yes, Lino, in line with Miggs. In line with Miggs. Pockets, James. Full speed. Hook him. Hook him. Good. Drive into him. Good. Good, Miggs. Good. Full speed. Yes, Zach. Face forwards. 10's jump. 10's jump. Good. Yes, Zach. Yes, Zane. Good. Yep. Oh, wait, you need your feet. You need your feet. Good. Runs it behind,
Carl
James.
Hine,
Runs it behind,
goalkeeper for Arsenal this evening, Estonia international. Gets it back from one of his defenders, Zane Monlouis. Once again, it's good pressing and pressure from the Seagulls, just cramping the Gunners of any time and space. Still doing that. Here's the goal scorer for the Albion, trying to turn the screw as well and overturn possession. Back it goes to Monlouis. This now is Souza. Look at that, in at the second ball. Fair challenge, says Sam Mull. It's now Luca Barrington. Well, it's going to be easier to get confused between Luca Barrington and Andy Moran. Both similar stature, both similar style of play as well, based on the opening 10 minutes we've seen here this evening. Sungi goes out right to Afire, then back into Beadle. And now it's a chance for Arsenal to apply the pressure. That's loose though from Aziz. The break is on down the middle. Will be Barrington to pick it up. Options in the middle. He's got to get the better of Souza. Does get past Souza. Hung up towards the back post. Miller was attacking it just ahead of him. Now Shashane will try and force the error from James Sweet. Really good ball to find Luca Barrington on the right. In the middle, making the run was Perpion. It's a good delivery towards the back post. Miller with a decent enough run just ahead of him. Good chance for the Seagulls. There is Perpion just lurking again. Trying to force the Arsenal rearguard into another mistake. Moran's up there in the centre of your picture for the moment there. Back now though with Monlouis. Souza. Sago Jr., sorry. Back into Hine. There goes Miller. Trying to turn away from trouble is Aziz. Over on that far side, you can probably hear Sweetie, James Sweet. All sorts of puns going through my mind, but I won't do that this Friday evening. Souza now. Goes to Afire, who was alert to it. First time lifted clearance that from Beadle towards halfway. Perpion always going to be towered above there by Monlouis. Decent intensity to this one. A few challenges going in strongly from both sides. This time it's the Seagulls who win the free kick. Hinchelwood with the switch. A little bit too much fizz on it for Miller. Likes the idea of it. Just needs to be careful there up against James Sweet. A few raised hands.
Yes, Lino. Higher, James. In, Lino.
So then, Perpion stays up. Barrington, bottom right of your picture. Moran, Miller, all trying to win it back. And as I say there was just some raised hands from both Miller and Sweet there. So an early warning from Sam Mullall. Nothing more to it than that for now. The tracking again from Perpion. Moran and Barrington can take over. This is Olayinka dropping deep. Hinchelwood is the latest to join in. And it does the trick almost there. Hinchy had the chance to play in Perpion. Right idea, wrong execution. This has had it all though in the opening quarter of an hour. Well, it hasn't. There's been no red card. There's been no penalty. But 2 goals, 2 really well taken goals.
Good, hook him, yes, that higher.
Some rather tasty challenges going in as well.
Again, Cole, again.
It's got the feel of a cup tie about it. Or a derby. A derby this is not. Furlong over there, just trying to get away from trouble. Butler Oyedeji was closest to it. This now is Matt Smith.
Bring it. Oh, River. Good. Good.
The Albion just forced deep for the moment. You'll see the shape they hold on to when off the ball is always pretty decent. They back themselves when they drop deep. Hope that defensively they can win it back shortly. This is Smith though, head up, outside of the boot, looking over there to James Sweet. Up against James Furlong. Good work there from the goal scorer, Kozia Dubry. Gets it back from Sweet. Really good defending though. Hunting impacts there, the blue and white shirts. Well, that's lovely from Moran to wriggle away from danger. Just shoved off after he offloaded it, so Sam Mullall was close by. Always going to be a free kick. And it is the first time that the referee, Mullall, reaches for his book. Well, the unfortunate man is Miguel Aziz, because there's been a few challenges of that nature, but they can't go on all night. And it's taken 15 minutes for Miguel Aziz to go into the book. So tonight's captain, Sungi, goes short. That was Luca Barrington going to a fire. Slightly heavy touch. Appeals for that all of the ball went out there. And continue. Beadle with the chipped effort out to Hinchelwood. Really good control from Jack Hinchelwood. Again, right idea to look for Perpion. Didn't find him initially, but the Aussie picks it up now. Infield it goes to Jack Hinchy, but he just took his eyes off that, and as he tried to recover, a rather clumsy challenge.
Get the ball, boys! Get the ball! Let's play! Get rhythm! Nate, rhythm, let's go! Good, hook him, yes, Zane! In touch, Zane! The distance is right, different angles to that. Left shoulder, Luca.
Aziz goes back to Hine. And now the switch is complete in Arsenal territory over to Souza. This is Hine once more. about to say good chest control there from the number 9, Butler Oyedeji, but Tsungi just nipped in. Seagulls couldn't keep hold of it for too long though. Over there was Smith, now Sweet. Miller in for the challenge. Or over to Souza. Back in field it goes now. It's Aziz, sorry. Now it's with Zakor. Well, he's only missed 30 minutes of the Chelsea game last Saturday. Other than that, played every minute of the opening 3 for Arsenal, and that's a good ball forward to Olayinka, who scored at this ground for Arsenal against the Albion. On his right foot there and shaping for the top right corner was Butler Oyedeji, fresh from his goal last weekend. Couldn't fight the top bins on this occasion. Another good move though from the Gunners, moving infield nicely. Olayinka at the heart of it, offloaded to Butler Oyedeji. Always fancied having a go, couldn't find the target on this occasion.
Good, Zach. Structure, structure. Good, Zach. Hook him. Good, wing jump.
Decent watch though in this opening 18 minutes. Friday night PL2 action.
React, react.
Just joining us, he missed a couple of goals. Seagulls took the lead through Jack Hunshelwood, his first goal in the PL2. Shortly after, Kozia Dubry with the equaliser. Both neat finishes. Seagulls pressing forward now to try and regain the lead. Tsungi does well under pressure, but then gives it away. Sago Jr. backtracking is Barrington. Hinshelwood also helping out. And again, it's good work from the Seagulls. They do drop deep, but they get into shape quickly and they win it back like that. Nice work. There is a decision though against Santef Tsungi. Well, it was hard to see exactly what was all that wrong with the Tsungi challenge, but it will be an Arsenal free kick, and it's a yellow card for the Albion skipper tonight. Well, hard to see the contact there on Butler Oyedeji. Sam Mull a lot closer than I am. So decent range this for Miguel Aziz. Chance for him to make it 2 for the season. First goal was on the opening day. The third in their win over Manchester United. 3-1 it finished that day. Hasn't missed a minute of the PL2 so far this campaign. Come on! So then, Aziz it is. Doesn't get past the wall. Ball now to Kozia Dubry. Moran on the press. Back to James Sweet. Now Zakor. All the outfield players for the Gunners in the Brighton half. Just forced back into their own territory now. This is Monlouis. Invited forward. Square left now to Souza. Round the corner into the channel. Again, cut out nicely by the Seagulls. That's where they back themselves defensively. And then looking to turn defence into attack. Look at Miller going there on the slide, and that'll probably be a free kick against Miller. Foul had already been committed by the time he won the ball. Just a warning there from Sam Mull. Could be the last one though. You'll remember there was a little flare-up between him and James Sweet, and not too much in that one. Signello's given for that kind of a tackle. Not that time though, so Miller. Now then, Smith striding forward centrally, was trying to pick out Olayinka. Nuisance over there is Kozia Dubry for Furlong, keeping him on his toes. Now the ball threaded forward for Perpion, looking to get onto his favoured right foot. He's got Barrington to his right. Barrington trying to cut in, looking for Perpion again. Hinchelwood have joined in once more. The Gunners have given it away though. This is Hinchelwood. Gets the cross in towards the edge of the area. And in a flash, Arsenal looking to spring the counter-attack. Just clipped there though by Andy Moran. You might be able to hear the conversation below the gantry at Lancing. Calls for whether that should be a yellow card or not. And the book is out again from referee Sam Mullall.
No one's got a problem with it. Charles, sometimes, balls high, let man Mark James, you make the run out to it, yeah? Be bright.
Can't really have too many complaints there, Andy Moran. Maybe just about goes down as one for the team, with Arsenal looking to push on.
Hey, Dino too high.
Fire stumbling back, gets the header on it. Forced out for the throw-in on the far side.
Sweetie, well done.
Just looking for the options there, Souza. Not too many willing runners, so the Seagulls win it back. No, there's Souza now, though. Well, Moran, it was that gave it away, fresh from his booking, but the Seagulls were able to win it back shortly after. Now is Hinchelwood. And there to a fire, switch over to the left flank. Option there was for Jack Hinchy, but Sungi it is that goes long. Looking for Miller. Haven't had too much joy down that left flank so far this evening. The opener coming from the set piece early on. Hinchelwood applying the finish. A bit more confusion there as to why the free kick was given by Sam Mullall. It was the linesman on this near side. It looked like that made the decision for the referee. Well, I haven't made a tally of the free kicks in the opening 25 minutes, but there's been a good few. There's already been at least 3 yellow cards.
Relax, get a rhythm, come on, spot it and play. Get your structure. James, let the ref deal with it. Come on, let's get our rhythm, let's play.
Aziz with the lovely driven ball out to the right flank. This now is James Sweet taking over. Reinforcements there in the shape of Cozier Dubry. Gets it back from Matt Smith. Miller's there though to help out with Furlong. Furlong hammers it clear. Cries of get up from the bench on this near side, and the Seagulls defenders just for the last few moments forced deep, but this throw-in will mean that the Albion can throw a few more forward.
Sweetie, well done. Body open. Inside, Charles, inside. In line with Lino. Keep scanning. Back at the 4. Up.
Furlong back into Sungi from the throw.
Yes, Dave! Next one! Good, James! Yes, you!
Good turnout there from Jack Hinchy.
Good, Lino. Us! In your freeze, defend in your freeze! Up to the ball, Charles!
Hinchelwood over now to Barrington. He's trying to feed it in there to Andy Moran. It goes for the throw.
Make sure we back up James. Good, Charles, good. Good, Nate. Go together. Happy through, Charles.
No pass there from Hinchy back to Sungi. Sungi trying to be pinpoint accurate into the channel. Doesn't quite get it right, but again, decent idea. So quarter of the way through this PL2 game. Brighton Hove Albion 1, Arsenal 1. Seagulls with the opener through. First PL2 goal for Jack Hinchelwood, shortly after the equaliser came through Kozia Dubry. Bit of work for Tsungi to do here. Gives away the free kick. Already on a yellow, so needs to be a bit cautious with those kind of challenges. I mean, it would have been extremely harsh if he was given a second yellow for that, but no doubt conversation from Sam Muller will be reminding Antef Tsungi, if he needed it, that they're on the first yellow.
Andy!
So can Arsenal make the Seagulls pay? They go short, but Ollie Inca not even close to the same wavelength there as the free kick taker. So as I say, over a quarter of this one played. Bit of housekeeping for you. You may have seen earlier on the under-21s fixture list at Premier League International Cup opener scheduled for next Wednesday against PSV Eindhoven. That has been postponed. New date to be announced. Good work there from Hinchy to win it initially and then drive forward centrally. Ollie Yinka it is dropping deep. Barrington to the right of Hinchy. Former City man has it. Shane with the ball round the corner looking for Moran. Really good nudge that. Moran does latch onto it. Big chance here for Hinchelwood. Second. Oh, how has he missed? Oh, it was on a plate for Jack Hinchelwood. Just needed to find the target. Carl Heim was at the near post stranded. You can probably hear Andrew Crofts calling that superb. It was superb build-up play. Moran does really well to hold off his man and then bring Hinchelwood into play. Other side of that post, and it's Brighton 2, Arsenal 1. That was the best passage of passing we've seen for some time in the Arsenal territory from the Albion. That's good work from Shane to win it back. Just to his left is Moran again. Perpion goes down. Oh, and the flag is up on this near side, just for a moment when the whistle was blown. Everybody inhaling to see if Sam Muller would point to the spot. Good work from Shane initially, sticking to his task. It's Moran who plays in Perpion, and just offside perhaps, hard to tell from this angle. Moran the closest to it from an Albion perspective. He was pretty confident, but offside it was anyway. This now is Kozia Dubry cutting in field. Oh, Smith has just strayed offside as well, so another marginal decision. Well, a disciplined back line there from the Albion, and it had to be because Smith, if he was onside, was in a lot of space there.
Good Charles, brilliant Charles, good mix, us.
This is a fire up towards Barrington. Stepping in to win it back there was Monlouis. Ollie Inca now proving a handful for Jack Hinchy. Side put it forward towards Moran, who's just livened up a lot in the last 5 minutes or so. Blue and white shirts flood forward again to try and nip it back. They do just that. This is Moran. Blue and white shirts to his left and right. It will go via a deflection now to Todd Miller. Doesn't get it close in the end to the bottom right corner. Really good chance though. Had a bit of space there. Maybe rushed it slightly, Todd Miller. Once again, Moran at the heart of it, goes left. Miller allowed to get a decent strike on it, but can't find the right direction. Straight after that, Arsenal it was bursting forward, and now it's a chance for the Seagulls to surge forward. Towards Hinchelwood again, he'll be itching to get his second after that miss earlier on.
Out to the ball. Yes, Dino, in your freeze, defend in your freeze. Good, Charles. Dino, ball. Yes, James. No foul, no foul. Brilliant. Well done, Charles. Brilliant.
Good work from Brighton just to hang on to possession. Move the ball over from right to left, then move in field. Oh, and that's a bit sloppy though from James Furlong. Just took his eye off it. Another decision against Furlong after he gave it away. Shame, because just after I was saying about Brighton retaining possession, moving it wide and infield, recycling the ball around. Off it goes from Todd Miller for the Arsenal throw. So again, the Albion just tuck in over the half-hour mark. Brighton Hove Albion 1, Arsenal 1. Hinchelwood with the early goal. A few minutes after, Kozia Dubry with the leveller. 1-1 finish for the Albion's only point from the first three 12 days ago here. Get the impression if this tempo is kept up by both sides, it probably won't remain 1-1.
Come in, drive inside. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Good shift there from Afire to shrug his opponent off the second time of asking. Shashane's continued the run here for Barrington. Instead, he opts for Hinchelwood. Now Hinchy. Complete the switch over to Furlong. Again, just gain a good few yards there, the Seagulls. A rear guard on halfway. Clipped forward that time by Sungi. Perpion will pick it up. Chance for Miller to maybe swing one in. Instead goes back to the left foot of Furlong. Now it is Miller to swing one in towards the back post. It's beyond Moran in the middle. Also Barrington, and out for the Arsenal goal kick. Back to goal there is Charles Sago Jr. Sliding in is Adela Fire. Play goes on. This is the skipper Smith. Up against his opposite number there, Smith. Shashane, I should say, not Smith against Smith. Number 8 of Matt Smith tonight up against number 8 Sami Shashane, Tunisia under-20 international. Trying to cement his place in the heart of midfield for Andrew Croft's side.
Yes, Nate.
Very quickly back underway from Arsenal. We've seen that all evening, whether it's been a throw-in, goal kick, corner. Try to keep the tempo high. Forward it goes then towards Miller. This will fall for him, just needs to get it on the deck. Instead decides to try and prod it past Zach Orr. Chance his arm, but Orr stuck to the task really well there. Brings in Smith, but Miller's back at it. Chance now for Perpion. Back heel into Moran. Smart stop. May just get there at the second time of asking Moran. No, cleared away as far as Shashane. Perpion now. Now been trying to turn the screw, not letting up. They win it back again now through Hinchy. Loads of blue and white shirts forward. Hussein in now to Moran. Plenty of Arsenal shirts in black as well. Matt Smith, who cleared up that time. Now Sweet, trying to dribble past too many blue and white shirts there. Shashane finds Miller. Now Hinchelwood, who's clipped there. That's surely a free kick. Again, the referee, Sam Mullall, very close to that. Good work from Miller to get something on it. That finds Perpion. The offload is decent. The strike is even better from Moran. Doesn't get past Carl Hein. Maybe a little bit too central, the effort there from Andy Moran, if you're being a bit hypercritical. Score remains Brighton 1, Arsenal 1. Butler Odieji trying to get a mistake out of Brighton, but Furlong can stride out towards halfway. Perpion's just dropped in here, so too Moran. Now then, first time we've seen this kind of space for Miller on that far side. Decides to not drive on, perhaps sensibly, then floated forward by Sungi. Monlouis does enough. Fall to the keeper, but you can see here again Carl Hein in a hurry, if he possibly can, but Brighton trying to man mark as much as they can. Jack Hinchelwood, who's the one keeping the high line there for Brighton. A little over 7 minutes of this first half remaining. Good way to kick off your long bank holiday weekend here on My Albion TV. This is just the start of that weekend. We've got Graham Potter's side back in action at the Amex tomorrow. Leeds the visitors. Perhaps we'll see some more of the under-21s not involved tonight, involved in Graham Potter's matchday squad. Jack Spong not included tonight. Evan Ferguson also not in Andrew Croft's matchday squad tonight.
Again, means go central early.
Ed Turns, another notable absentee. Warren Aspinall's man of the match on BBC Radio Sussex for Wednesday night in the 3-0 victory over Forest Green Rovers. Also managed to earn himself a Wales under-21 call-up in the last 12 months, Ed Turns. Brighton born.
Good. Yes, Charles. Yes, James. Good, Nino.
Next PL2 game for the under-21s will be a trip to Leicester next Saturday. We're also keeping our eye on the countdown to the WSL campaign. Sunday the 11th of September against Aston Villa, also at the Amex. Miller with the strike, deflected and wide. But just like Moran, Miller starting to see a bit more of the ball as this half has grown. Happy to pull the trigger on that occasion. Good block, so Seagull's corner. Barrington is the short option. Sami Shishane will take it.
They've got 3 outs up. The 4's out. Next got 1 shot in. They're going to go in.
So it's Shishane with the delivery towards the front post. Sungi was there up against his opposite number, Monlouis. Brighton trying to keep the momentum of this attack if they can. Just inviting forward though, Arsenal. All the way back it goes to James Beadle. Aside from a few Arsenal pop shots and the goal, hasn't really been called upon too much this evening. That's a good drop of the shoulder, that from Adela Fire. Likes to cut in field where he can. Doesn't get the pass right that time. So this is Ollie Yinka. Furlong kept his eye on it. Still going Furlong, normally over on that left flank, this time trying to drive in field. Asks rather half-heartedly for the free kick, but nothing doing from Sam Mullall. I think just couldn't keep the ball under his spell there, James Furlong. So Arsenal trying to make the most of this phase. You can hear the frustration almost there of Andy Moran. Also on a yellow card, so needs to be careful. This is now with Butler Oyedeji. Good low ball in. And that's a confident drop of the shoulder as well from Sami Shishane. Must have been aware that there weren't too many black shirts driving in. That's a good run down the left flank as well. Perpion, who's dropped deep neatly on a number of occasions. break up the play.
Charles, when you're ready. Mario, when you're ready. Stay, Nate, stay. Yes, Mario!
It's gone from breaking up the play just to try and dictate the tempo now. As the clock strikes 42 minutes, a little under 3 minutes left of the first 45. Both goals coming in the first 10 minutes. James Furlong is adjudged to have committed the foul over on that far side, so Barrington, Moran, Perpion will all be needed back here now. Just waiting for the movement before they take this free kick, Arsenal. They do go short. Back in now to Zach Orr. Brighton just try and slot into their disciplined shape, as we mentioned earlier in the game. They don't mind dropping deep because they know their roles and they get into shape very well.
Too many too high.
And it means that Arsenal are forced back to Carl Hine. It's a good ball slotted forward, that over to the right flank. Back to goal, Butler Oyedeji. Helped on back now towards Kozia Dubry. But again, decent retrieval from Brighton. Complete it with the clearance, but no one's going to latch onto that. Looks as though Andrew Croft's side perhaps want that half-time whistle a little bit more than Mehmet Ali's Arsenal just now. Sago Jr. back into Monlouis. Now Brighton can push slightly further up.
Get your structure. Good, Matty. Yes, Zach. Good, move again. Hook him.
Well, it will be Andrew Croft. He'll be probably the more likely to want to get his team in for half-time with the momentum at the moment. Here's a good chance, though, for Miller to burst forward up against Olayinka. Deflected strike, and, well, Carl Hine did really well to stay alert to that one because the deflection may well have been carrying that into the top left corner. Miller probably going for the cross in. Huge deflection on it. Hahn able to grasp it at his near post really well. Despite that, as I say, Andrew Crofts is probably the more likely man to want to get his side in for half-time. Haven't had it the way they normally like it here at the American Express Elite Football Performance Centre. Normally they get afforded this kind of time and space, even in the centre of the park, but Arsenal just haven't allowed that tonight. Good ball forward, that from Hinchy. The flick isn't too bad either from Hinchy, and a really good challenge there in. Both teams appealing for the throw-in.
Up, up, up! No, tempo, let's go, come on, Matty!
That Hinchy again.
No.
Looking for Todd Miller. Arsenal have it back once more. Olayinka, Smith is in the middle. This now, though, is Butler Oyedeji. Look at Brighton just backing off, though. There's a man over on this near side now with Sago Jr. Checks back. Smith just caught on his heel slightly there, which allows Barrington in. Good defensive work from him, but Brighton have given it away again. This is Souza. Maybe he'll have a go. He does it. It's off the bar. Not sure if Beadle gets a touch on it. Brighton just trying to get in for half-time. Still going here, Arsenal on the byline. Spreads himself massive there, James Beadle. A few expletives for his teammates. They had a few chances to clear, but it's given away by Barrington to Souza. Arrows into the area. And it thunders into the crossbar. Really good chance there for Lino Souza. He's already had one assist this season. That was for Olayinka's opener at the weekend, but he had a great chance there to open up his account with the first goal in the PL2. This is the first goal of the evening. Andy Moran gets it from the byline, force back, skips away from a few challenges. Sungi with the deft touch, good control with the first touch Hinshelwood, and then does well just to knock it past Carl Hine in the Arsenal goal. But then just a few minutes later, Ollie Inca threads it into Kozia Dubry, rides a few challenges, sells the dummy to a few in blue and white. Expert finish that. One more set piece to defend for the Seagulls. It will fall now to Ollie Inca, faced up there by Todd Miller. Just goes to ground, he got something on it, but Ollie Inca will pick it up again. On the turn there is Zach Orr, who stayed up. Bit of pinball, and eventually James Beadle can dive on it. And that should be that for this first half. And rather understandably, James Beadle just going to use up all the time he can here until he's ushered to get on with it by Sam Mull. So there it is. Half-time, Brighton Hove Albion 1, Arsenal 1. The Seagulls it was who took the lead very early on. Really good finish for his first PL2 goal, Jack Hinshelwood. Decent assist too from Antef Sungi, just chipping it back into the box. A few moments later, Kozia Dubry with a really neat finish to a nice move from the visitors. Half-time then in the PL2 here at Lancing. Albion 1, Arsenal 1. Well, welcome back to this My Albion TV live stream in the PL2 tonight. Albion taking on Arsenal, 1-1 at half-time. Opener coming 3 minutes in, a first goal in the PL2 for Jack Hinchelwood, really well taken. 5 minutes later, Arsenal were back on level terms, courtesy of Kozia Dubry. An equally good finish from Amaro Kozia Dubry. Finished 1-1 here last time in the PL2. That was back in January. And there is a change at half-time. Coming on for the Albion, Billy Clark. So swap in for Jack Hinchy. Clark, who made his debut against Wolves on Monday night. 5 goals from 11 under-18 Premier League appearances. He'd also spend some time with Whitehawk, where he joined from in January. Pulled into action early on here, Clark, from a more defensive point of view. Does win it back though. Moran overlapping is Todd Miller. Here he is. Good low balling, cries of handball. Huge appeals in the Arsenal area. Attack continues. It's Miller again, helped out by Clark. This is Shashane. Into the feet of Moran, looking for a similar kind of layoff to that of the one he did in the pre-assist, if you can call it that, for Cam Perpion and then Evan Ferguson against Forest Green Rovers on Wednesday night. Just fizzles out there. Look at all those blue and white shirts. Moran it is that lays it off to Miller. Slow it down for you there. Hard to tell from this angle, but it may well have struck the right hand there of Miguel Aziz, who's also on a yellow card. So if it was a handball, could have got his second yellow to give away the penalty. As it is, still 1-1. And the fiery nature of this game continues. Both teams really going at it. James Furlong it is, getting a talking to there from Sam Mullall. Just with this break in play, worth updating you if you haven't seen on the Brighton socials. Neil Mopay has completed a switch to Everton this evening. Moves to Goodison Park after 3 years with the Albion. Some excellent goals from Neil Mopay in those 3 years as well. I think my personal favourite was that Palace equaliser late on. This now is Sago Jr. into the area. He goes really low. Beadle gets something on it, but not enough. Arsenal turn the game on its head just a couple of minutes into this second half. Well, it was sloppy to give it away. Over on the left flank for Arsenal. Good work from Souza. Olayinka with the turn away from Clark, I think it is, over on that far side. And then Sago Jr. just out-muscles his man. And Beadle, maybe a bit unfortunate. It's from close point range. Point blank range, I should say. Gets something on it, not enough. Arsenal have the lead.
Mig, next 10, don't drop in. Don't drop in.
So now it's the Albion's turn to chase this game after taking the lead so early on. Arsenal on course to make it 4 wins out of 4 if the scoreline remains the same. Long way to go though, just 3 minutes into this second 45.
Brilliant, Nate. Close first. Knock it off. Yes, Mario. Second.
Miller does well just to keep it in play. Clark it is that rides the challenge, back onto his feet to his credit. This is Perpion. just about finds Adela fire, but it's slightly hurried from the Seagulls. This is Clark again, proving too much of a nuisance there in the eyes of Sam Mullall. Once again, Arsenal in a rush to get going from the free kick. Still staying pretty high. Want to keep the press up. They do find an outlet on this near side though, and a bit of space for Mario Cozier-Dubry, overlapping his Sweet on this near side. He finds Sweet on the angle, low ball across, good move this from Arsenal. Brighton gets something on it, back into Cozier-Dubry. Smith now. Can they keep the momentum of this attack going? Force back to halfway. Brighton compact. Now Miller goes to greet Zach Orr.
Yes, Migs, free yourself, Migs. Yes, Migs. Can we find you, Migs? It's open. Forwards.
Good work again from the Seagulls to shape up. Getting close to them, and every time Arsenal offload it.
Push the push, Billy. Billy, push the push. Push it. Left. Go left, Billy. Billy. Body. Tight.
Just clipped there, Andy Moran by Butler Oyedeji.
All the way back.
James, be aware of his position. Close him, yeah. Him.
Swap, James, a shoot. Go on. Slow down. Us.
Miller forced back. Again, just shows a bit too much of it to Arsenal. This is Smith driving centrally now. Shane a bit laboured as he retreats. And now Smith can strike. Just wide it goes. Arsenal really in the ascendancy since they took the lead. Look at that gap in the middle, just invited forward there, Matt Smith. Checks away from Hinshelwood. That buys the extra few yards to drive it. Probably doesn't get the cleanest of connections on it, Matt Smith. He'd like that one again. It's not close enough to Clark. So straight back to the feet of Arsenal. They'll be looking for a third just so they can try and slow things down, but as it is, it's all Arsenal. Sousa just slips up though. Good ball into Moran. Now he's got a bit of space ahead of him. Still going Moran, outside of the boot looking for Miller. Oh, good jink away from trouble. Maybe going to ground a little bit too easy there, Miller. Absolutely no appeal from the former Colchester United player. Moran involved again. It's a decent little chip to get away from. So if he stays on his feet, Miller, he could probably provide some form of a decent cross in. Just looking to go to ground though there, Todd Miller. Maybe not the best option.
React! Early! It's okay! Go again, get up!
But a good passage of possession here for the Seagulls. Probably do just need to hang on to it for a bit, knock a few balls around. Maybe a bit shorter than that one though from Antef Sungi. Straight back to Arsenal. This is Smith. Miller trying to get back in shape. Furlong covered the run from Cozier-Dubry. Sweet does enough to go back now to Orr.
Get your rhythm! Stay Lino! Yes, Sweetie!
Hine afforded enough time and space to wander outside of his area. Played over onto that left flank. It is the Gunners who are just knocking it around with a little bit more confidence, and majority of the time a bit more accurately than the Seagulls. Certainly in this second half, it's been Arsenal in charge. I think we may have an issue with the ball, so Beadle's just going to put that one out of play.
Up and through, guys!
So the Seagulls with it all to do then,
Yes, Dave, get low, get low, get low.
as it is still winless in the PL2. They'll need at least a couple of goals to change that tonight. Arsenal looking to continue their 100% record in the opening 4 PL2 fixtures in 22-23. Senior side not doing too badly either. Mikel Arteta's side also with a 100% record from the 3 they played. Oh, good first touch there from Butler Oyedeji. Just strays a bit further right than he'd have liked because of his opening touch. Fed in now to Suso, just tries to jink in field. Doesn't quite get it right, so out for the goal kick it goes. You just get the feeling though, the Seagulls just got to get through this next 10 or 15 minutes without conceding again.
Nothing through. Get low, get low.
If they can, then they'll fancy their chances of at least getting a point, making it 2-2 perhaps. They've got history with late equalisers and late winners. Last time out here, Julio Enciso scoring late on, denied by an even later equaliser from Leighton Stewart of Liverpool. That finished 1-1. Good work from a fire there high up the pitch. Better pressure from the Seagulls. Perpion moving across. Moran will come out now to Smith. Well, how about that for a knock in field? Butler Oyedeji just allowed forward into the area they go. This is Olayinka. Back it goes to Butler Oyedeji, just swipes at it. Doesn't get any form of connection on it. Back it goes though to Monlouis. Oh, and that's loose. Bit of a gift for Barrington. Rather sensibly opts to just go back. This is where the Seagulls just need to get some passes together, wait for the right move and then unleash the all-important ball forward. This is Shane. Good ball along the deck to Moran. He can't find the ball out to Barrington on the right. Olayinka again. Just drifts past Shane. And this is Sago Jr. looking for his second. The whistle had gone well before that ball goes into the net. Helped in by Kozia Dubry. All a bit too simple from a Brighton point of view. Arsenal wandering towards the area on a number of occasions in this opening 11 minutes to this second 45.
Nothing through! Nothing through!
Just a few too many balls there to James Beadle. Knocks it with the outside of his boot there to Shane, who does well under a tremendous amount of pressure to find a fire, who just tries to gain some yards, head down, drive forward. Does well to win the throw. Both players down, but it looks as though they're right on the edge of the field of play. Play goes on. Barrington it was, thought about the switch over to Moran. Instead it goes to another Irishman, Furlong, who's continued the return run. Miller looking to drive towards the byline. That is a free kick. No complaints on this near side that time. And so a chance for Moran or Shane to provide the telling delivery. I think it's James Sweet here with the challenge, just spreads the legs, wants to make sure he gets his man. And that he does, bundles him down to the ground. So Shane looks the favourite. Moran is there as well though. For the Parisian who just knocks it too far over to that far side. The right idea just needed to be a bit shorter than that. It was beyond every Brighton head, out for the goal kick. This time it's Arsenal who just leaving it to the last minute to deliver the balls forward, but they do find a way out with Smith. Backtracking is Moran. Again, pretty simple though for the skipper Smith, and then looks for the incisive ball forward down the middle. Sungi out to Furlong. Does well just to out-muscle Cozy Adubri. Now, what can Miller do this time? He's got Furlong to his left. Infield it goes though to Andy Moran. Maybe thought about pulling the trigger. Instead gives it to Perpion, who looked for the return ball. Doesn't quite work out that time, so a fire finds Sungi. All those blue and white shirts in the Arsenal half. This is where they want to knock it around, wait for the right ball forward. Now, Perpion drifting out to that right flank. Ahead of him is Hinshelwood, plenty in the middle. Away by Orr, only as far as Sami Shashane. More space again on that far side for Perpion. Early delivery. Oh, it's almost towards Billy Clark. It's a decent claim that from Carl Hine. It had to be, because Clark was lurking. Supreme build-up play though from the Seagulls. We haven't seen too much of that at all in this second half. Perpion looking to provide the assist. Clark it was closest to it. Hine it is that grabs. Now then, Shashane, Moran looking to return it to Shashane. A better spell though this for the Seagulls. We'll try and win it back deep in Arsenal territory. Souza infield now to Aziz. He just clips it out now to Sweet. Wants it first time there from Cozy Adubri. Gets it first time. Look at the pace there of Miller getting back. Stepping in is Furlong. Just a bit more like it though from the Seagulls. They just seem to have raised the tempo and intensity. Chance now for Kasper Nielsen, who'll come on for the final half hour. End of the full debut for Luca Barrington. He looked decent in patches in that first half. Just went a bit quieter as the evening's gone on, but good minutes under the belt for the former Man City player. There goes Nielsen. Normally more of a wing back, right back by trade. Perhaps maybe a bit more attacking this evening, we'll see. There's Clark getting stuck in again. They're getting a bit too stuck in against Aziz. Free kick taken quickly, but the referee just wants a word here. It may just be that it wasn't quite ready. We are underway again now, into the final half hour. Monlouis striding forward. That's a good taken turn there from Butler Oyedeji. Good defending again from Sungi. It will come straight back towards Matt Smith. Hoisted over his back there from Shashane. Substitutes getting involved defensively. But now a chance offensively for Perpion. Gets away from 4 in the Arsenal shirts there. That's really good hold-up play from Perpion.
Together! Nothing through! Good, Nate! Keep scanning, Nate! Yes, Matty! Yes, Nate! Block off! James, that's the one you can jump! Yes, this way!
Good work from James Beadle there. The Arsenal players flooding forward just to test the touch of Beadle. And now maybe a chance for Clark. Instead, Orr sticks to the task, just shrugs aside Billy Clark and out for the Brighton throw. So, first change of the evening then for the Gunners. Coming off, James Oliyinka, replaced by Jack Henry Francis, Ireland under-19.
Hey, Billy, you're fresh. Don't stop like that. Keep pressing. Well done, James. Yes, Jack. Up, 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 up!
Sungi just waves away Shashane. But then asks for him back, just trying to get higher up the pitch. Furlong shapes it round towards the left edge of the area. Carl Hine with the miscue clearance. Brighton throw. You can hear the cries of early. Billy Clark goes to retrieve the ball. It's got Furlong and Miller. Left for Furlong then. Going short was Moran, but this is Shashane. Good ball that over again to Furlong. Shashane closest to him. But again, that pass just not quite close enough to Moran. It was in between Moran and Todd Miller. Have to give Arsenal credit defensively as well. They haven't put too much wrong apart from conceding a goal. So one then for Matt Smith to chase, and James Beadle just drifts outside of his area to shepherd that one out to the goal kick. But it's been a good watch this so far, with approaching 65 minutes played. Plenty of goals, plenty of chances, plenty of challenges. See no reason why the Albion can't find a level up with 25 minutes at least to play. Sami Shashane. Look at that space for Kasper Nielsen over on that far side. Sends one high and switch to the left side. Miller all on his own, collects it nicely, hangs it up towards the back post, but no one in a blue and white shirt close enough to it. Will be picked up now by Sungi. Got to be careful on the yellow. Gets it back to Miller. Moran. Perpion back to goal. Trying his best to get away from Matt Smith. Over there is Nielsen again. Just when they need that telling pass, that's where they've lacked it on a few occasions this evening, but they still have it. High up the pitch again, Miller. Moran just ahead of him. Inside of him is Clark. Gets to the byline, Miller. Well, that's good play from Todd Miller. Using his pace. A few step overs, wins what I was going to say was the corner. Goal kick, says Sam Mullall. Well, at first glance, it did look like it came off. I think it was James Sweet there for the corner, but goal kick is the decision. Oh, given away there. Chance here for the equaliser. Hine with the save. Well, the chances are coming thick and fast. Outside of the boot there from Cozier Dubry. It will find Butler on the edge. On the angle. Oh, really smart stop with his feet there, James Beadle. Arsenal could have been out of sight there, but for the former Charlton stopper's legs. Well, chances at both ends. Simmering nicely, this one. Kept his eyes on it. On the angle, just tried to close the gap there, Beadle. Brought both feet together, good stop. Back it goes from the substitute, Henry Francis.
Bill, you come up here. Bill, you come here.
Good tracking here from the Albion, just watching the movement of the Gunners. Cozier Dubry forces another throw in on this near side. Important phase of their game here. The age-old cliche, but the next goal, very important. You could argue more important than others. Arsenal, if they get the next 3-1, 2-goal advantage. Seagulls get one. They'll have the momentum and the leveller. So all to play for with just over 20 minutes to go here at the American Express Elite Football Performance Centre. Decent crowd in tonight as well. They've certainly got their money's worth. I want to see more from the Seagulls rather than the Gunners, who are looking more threatening just now again. Nielsen does just enough to force Arsenal back to midway through the Brighton half, and then further back still. They can find an equaliser. Well, it will be justified, Jeffville. Oh, good reflection on the game so far as we approach 70 minutes played. If you are just joining us, first 2 goals coming really early on. The opener from Jack Kinchel with 3 minutes in. 5 minutes later, Cozier Dubry brings it back to level terms. And then just after the break, Sago Jr. with the strike from close range. And the pace of this game just hasn't let up. Really good viewing tonight.
Jack, see the 10. See the 10 of the ball, Jack. 10 of the ball.
First time we've seen the players at walking pace for some time. Probably sensible from Tsungi to try and slow it down, bide his time looking for the right ball forward. Chipped over towards Perpi on this time, and he wins the free kick. Hinchelwood this time tries to inject a bit of urgency. Tsungi looking right, left, down the middle, goes right this time. Nielsen does well at full stretch to... No, he doesn't keep it in. Arsenal throw. Moran trying to win it back, but Arsenal get the touch needed to drive away. The substitute Henry Francis. Now with Cozier Dubry. Back it goes to the goal scorer of the first for Arsenal tonight, Matt Smith.
Go to 6, Matty. Keep moving it. Rhythm. Keep moving it.
Moving the ball quickly here, Arsenal, making the space. So Seagulls who've got to chase the game that bit more. They may need to do even more chasing if Arsenal can extend their lead. Just running down the clock really smartly here though, the visitors.
In your freeze, Migs.
Sweet there, looking for the ball down the channel. Brighton telegraph it, so back to James Beadle they go. And again, it's about picking the right times of when to slow it down and when to play the ball forward. Tsungi again with the diagonal ball over to the right flank. Nielsen. Good control from the Swede.
Stay there, Amaro. Stay there first. Stay there first. The 10 space. Close that space.
A fire with the switch. It will find Todd Miller. Runs have been made ahead of him into left inside channel, far left, looking for Furlong. Good defending though from Sweet on this near side. So 18 minutes for Brighton to find an equaliser.
Eyes up, eyes up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Possession going back and forth. Both teams still going for it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go and get him, Mario. Go and get him.
Perpi on over to Miller. Now then, can Miller get the better of Zakor? Step overs. Oh, nice work that from Todd Miller. Oh, it may fall in there for Kasper Nielsen. It does. And they do find an equaliser. Well, it's exactly what they've deserved. The substitute Nielsen, with his first PL2 goal, he made his PL2 debut on Monday evening. Well, first PL2 appearance of the season, certainly. He has gone one better this evening. Falls to him, pokes it past Carl Hine in the Arsenal goal. Everything to play for with 17 minutes to play. It's exactly what Brighton have deserved. Here's the earlier chance for Billy Clark. Makes himself huge there in the Arsenal goal, Carl Hine. Splendid stop from the Estonian. And then right up the other end, we see that James Beadle save. Echoes of the Troy Deeney, Anthony Knockhart playoff final, or playoff semi-final those years ago. Granted, no penalty tonight.
Hold your shape, don't jump. Just hold your shape. Good Casper, good Casper. Go, Bill, go, Bill.
Given away again by Arsenal. Now it's Albion in the ascendancy. Nielsen again just slips. So it means the return pass to Perpion isn't ideal. And out it goes for the goal kick. I think the decision is free kick over there anyway. So finally poised then, this one with quarter of an hour to go.
Injury. Yeah, Brighton.
Get a drink if you need.
So if you're just joining us, lots to catch up on. Brighton it was who took the lead 3 minutes in, courtesy of Jack Hinchelwood. We'll see it again here. It was Shashane with the delivery from the corner. Miller with the good chance there on the angle, but it falls to Moran. Look at where he picks it up there. Skips away from trouble, then away from Sago Jr. Offloads it to Tsungi. Great assist and great finish for Jack Hinchelwood's first PL2 goal for the club. But then fast forward 5 minutes later, Brighton make a mess of it over on that far side. The skipper Smith involved, then Ollie Yinka played through to Cozier Dubry. Looks as though he may have lost the chance there as he stumbled. Did well though to sell a dummy or two and find the bottom right corner. That's 1-1. And this is Arsenal 2-1 just after the break. Again, Brighton failed to clear. They have a sniff at getting rid. Turn again from Ollie Yinka over on that far side. And then watch this from Sago Jr. Shrugs his man aside, lifts it into the roof of the net. Beadle really with no chance. And then in the last few moments, Brighton done really well to haul themselves back into this game. Casper Nielsen with his first goal for the club, and a really well taken one. Perpion, who's put in one hell of a shift this evening. Same can be said of Todd Miller. Away he gets from Zakor, edge of the area, skips away from a few in black, and then it falls to Nielsen. Great assist for Miller, and great finish to open up his account for Casper Nielsen. Meanwhile, while we were just watching that back, there has been another Albion substitution. Adela Fire has come off. Pretty much like for like as Sam Packham comes on for his first appearance of the season. Spent the second half of last season with Bohemians. Of course, the Irish League runs aligned with the calendar year, so a good chunk of the first part of the 22 season for Bohemians. Bit of extra senior experience for Sam Packham. He's been with the club for over a decade, so he'll be keen to impress Andrew Crofts tonight. Fire normally the man most likely to start at right back these days.
Good position, run! Ruben, runs it behind! React!
Brighton able to latch on to loose ball from Arsenal. This is Nielsen, the goal scorer for the equaliser. Well, one of the blue and white shirts was offside. That was Hinchelwood, who can pick it up again now, but... Well, it wasn't offside, but it was adjudged for the free kick by Sam Mullall. Hard to see exactly what happened there, but fairly innocuous on first viewing. 12 minutes to go. If we didn't have enough to talk about already tonight, the breaking news, if you have just joined us in the last few moments. confirmed earlier in the hour, Neil Mopay has completed a switch to Everton after 3 years with the Seagulls. Some memorable goals in there.
Hey, he's got to have a pocket player, guys. He's got to have a pocket
Palace
player.
away, of course, is the first one that comes to my mind. West Ham away, Brentford at home.
Good, Nate. Good, Sammy. Good. Joe.
And of course, the winner against the Arsenal senior side after Project Restart, that first game back after COVID. All 3 points. A historic win against Arsenal that day. 2-1 it finished. 2-2 it is here tonight, and the tackles are flying in. Unfazed is Kozia Dubry. Picks it up again. He's been relentless all evening, Kozia Dubry.
Mario, you have to commit. Carry on going with it. Nate, do it for him. Don't drop.
So just over 10 to go. Both teams really fancy this.
Nothing through. Get low. Get
Be an
low.
excellent win if the Seagulls can put it off to pick up the first 3 points of the PL2 in 22-23.
Go on, Ed.
Oh, Sungi needs to be careful. Henry Francis, Butler Oyedeji. Oh, it may fall to Kozia Dubry. Henry Francis still there as well. Oh, well, lifeline for the Seagulls there. Sungi just dwelling on the ball. We'll try and put that to the back of their minds. Here is Sungi again. Former Belgian under-18 international, profiting from the absence of Ed Turns. Looking to profit with another strike at goal is Jack Hinchwood after he opened up his account on 3 minutes tonight.
Good, guys, nothing through.
Well, you can see the frustration there from Hinchwood. Just wants to keep the ball in the final third, or at least keep the ball moving quickly. Can Miller do just that? Looks to find Hinchwood again. Up there as well is Billy Clark. Is there enough on that back pass? Well, Clark's had a few sniffs from that, from back passes with maybe just not enough fizz on it. They do find a way out, only as far back to Furlong. Just needs to make sure, does just that. This time it's Zakor who almost sells Carl Hine a little short. Had to clear it with a sliding effort there, Hine.
There we go. Now you can go. Now you slide.
It's Perpion all the way back there. Contender for player of the match, but there's plenty of them tonight. This is Shashane. Nielsen recovers. Looked as though start off with like it might go out of play. Understandably, the fatigue starting to set in, so a few more looser passes, but the intensity of this game just hasn't dropped throughout the 90. Brighton player goes down with what looks like cramp as well, perhaps. Oh, it may fall in here to Cam Perpion. Oh, it rebounds off him and almost loops over Carl Hine. Well, he didn't know much about that, Cam Perpion. But if it did loop over Carl Hine, he would have deserved it. Wouldn't have known about it, though. But he's given absolutely everything tonight. The Australia under-23. Just the slip there at the crucial time from Aziz. On his heels was caught Matt Smith, and then it's just cleared into Perpion and almost loops over Carl Hine. So final 7.5 minutes for Joel Idaho to try and make an impact. The Dutchman, 19 years of age. It's Butler Oyedeji, who's looked good in that front three, along with Sago Jr. and Kozia Dubry.
Make sure we stay together, we're dropping like flies. Hey, that means we're working hard. Joe, when said you're playing the 9 now?
It looks as though it's Moran down and doing the right thing. I did see as Arsenal tried to break forward there, just went down. Hopefully nothing more than a bit of cramp. So the start of a long bank holiday weekend. almost at the end of this PL2 encounter, approaching 6 minutes of the 90 to go. Don't have to wait too long before Graham Potter's Premier League side are back in action. Leeds are the visitors to the Amex tomorrow. As I mentioned before as well, the countdown also on for the start to the WSL. Hope Powell side get back underway Sunday the 11th of September. That's also at the Amex. The Seagulls' first 2 games played at the Amex. First one, Aston Villa. And there's an away trip to Arsenal the following weekend. And then after that, back to the Amex for the visit of Reading. Sure, plenty of you out there still with Euros fever. Lioness is doing the English proud. Henry Francis away from Perpignan. Billy Clark, who's chased down everything so far, and he's had a couple of opportunities where he's almost cut out the short back pass. Five minutes of the 90 to go.
Go on, Bill, one way, Bill. Stand on centre half, Bill. Stand on centre half. Cam left shoulder. Andy, open up. George, left.
Shane was covering there, so it means that Furlong can go back to Beadle.
Good job, yes, Mario, yes. Tight.
Well, both teams can be proud of their performances today. On the balance of play, as it stands, 2-2, probably about right, but well, I wouldn't put it past either of these guys to find a winner. Will it be the Albion? Furlong is shrugged down there. A few times where he could have gone to ground, and then final nudge just brings him down to the deck. Hopefully okay, hopefully just a bit of cramp again. Moran, who looked like he was suffering with that a few moments ago now, offering the treatment. Well, they've got a habit of drawing in this fixture in Sussex. 1-1 last season. Goal from Laurent Tallage for the Seagulls that day. 2-2 the season before. Teddy Jenks and Danny Cashman on the score sheet then. Oh, how Andrew Crofts would love it if that's not the case tonight. And the Albion find a third and a potential winner. Ball's in there to Packham. Now getting forward is Clark. Oh, just rolls past the foot of the left of the post. Just rolls past the left post. Sago Jr. thought he was in there for a minute. Well, again, Arsenal failed to clear. Really good pick-up that from Sam Packham. Falls then to Clark. He would have deserved that as well. Got his head down, applied pressure since he's come on in the second half. Tsungi looking for Miller. Moran stayed up, no foul there. Moran just helps Henry Francis to his feet. Shane. Furlong a little bit too close for company there, but the Ireland under 20 can pick it up. Well, it's still frantic. We've got just over 2 minutes of the 90 remaining. And the ball is pinballing everywhere. Perpignan was looking for Miller. And probably allow him for a misplaced pass or two. He's had another stellar performance tonight. So too as this chap, Cozier Dubry. Oh, look at him go, edge of the area. Can he find a finish? Just crowded out. Look at where Perpignan picks it up again. He's been like a box-to-box midfielder for large chunks of the night. Just under 2 minutes of the 90 now. Good hassling from Billy Clark does give away the free kick, but Andrew Crofts won't mind that. Worked his socks off since he's come on. Kasper Nielsen getting involved, trying his level best not to give away the free kick, but also not to let his man get away from him. So then, a little bit of space here centrally. Out it goes to Cozier Dubry. Run inside of him has been made by James Sweet. Back to Cozier Dubry it goes. All the blue and white shirts back now. Orr completes the switch over. This is Aziz. Looking for the ball forward. Moran gets a little flick on it. And then absolutely thumped into the sky by Antef Sungi. And eventually, it's the Seagulls who latch onto it. Billy Clark looking to drive on. Forces the throw-in. Another substitution here with a matter of seconds of the 90 remaining. So it'll be Miguel Aziz on the booking, who will come off for the last few seconds of this one. Replaced by Mauro Bandera.
Hey, keep going, well done, keep going.
And Aziz in no real rush. Bandera raring to go. Just made the 2 minutes so far in the 22-23 PL2 season on the opening day as a late sub. His only other appearance and Premier League 2 debut was against Brighton in the January 1-1 draw. So from an Arsenal point of view, he'll be hoping it also doesn't finish 2-2 and they can steal a late winner.
Win that. On second set.
Bobby.
Furlong. Well far up. Maybe just rushes that cross come shot there. Either way, it's well over Karl Hein's goal. Well, it's been a breathless second half. We are into the added on time now.
Billy, well done.
A winner for either side will spark crazy celebrations if there is to be a winner. If it stays as it is, then, as I said earlier, probably about right. Both teams leaving it all out there. Arsenal still sticking to the guns. Do forgive the pun there. It's late on in the game. Going short and now driving forward. James Sweet now. He's had a good game on this right-hand side. So too is Cozier Dubry ahead of him. Back it goes now to Sweet. This is Orr. Gets it back from Monlouis. Skipper Matt Smith. It looks as though that's Moran who's gone down again. Arsenal with every right to continue. Down to Brighton to get it out if they want. I think that's maybe what Hinshelwood was trying there, but slices it and it goes straight up. And it now falls over on that far side for Bandera. Hops in field, looking for Henry Francis. Miller that time with the clearance, and now Moran can get some treatment. So very shortly we'll be into added on time. Well, that's the second time we've seen Moran go down, so looks as though potentially nursing something more than a little knock. So just a reminder as well late on here, if you're wondering where the PSV Eindhoven fixture went, if you're looking at the under-21 fixtures on BrightonHoveAlbion.com, that was due initially for the opening Premier League International Cup game next Wednesday, but that has been postponed with a new date to be announced. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for the opening to Seagulls Premier League International Cup opener. Well, it'll be a shame if it is the end of the night for Andy Moran. No goals for him tonight, but provided a good pre-assist again. That's what we've been talking about after the Forest Green Rovers game. His pre-assist into Perpion and then to Ferguson for the last goal on Wednesday. He did that again, this time for Antef Sungi, who just lifted it over to Hinshelwood to get his first PL2 game. That really does feel like a long time ago. No, it's a cliche. It wasn't the 3rd minute.
Sweetie, on the 11, Sweetie. Matty.
Well, could this be the chance for the winner? Not if Antef Tsungi's got anything to do it. Steps in nicely. Chipped forward. Target in there was Zach Emerson, the latest substitute to come on. Nice to see an attacking substitution so late on from Andrew Crofts. Going all out for the win here. Already played 5 minutes above the 90. Going the distance, this one. A bit unfortunate to give away the free kick there. Using their strength nicely, but just going into the back of the Arsenal player there. Got to go quickly now. Surely into the last few seconds. Certainly the last couple of minutes now. Little clip on Henry Francis there, but play allowed to go on. Perpion, he's got Emerson inside of him. What a time it would be for him to get a goal. Instead it's floated over towards Billy Clark. Out for the goal kick. Is there enough time for a winner? Emerson, another who made his PL2 debut against Arsenal in that January 1-1 draw. Miller flicks it on. Emerson getting involved. Perpion was aware of it, but he was never going to get there first. Instead, it was Henry Francis trying to set away Joel Idaho on the left flank. Too much on that one as well. Well, it seems both dugouts here below us on this near side, ready for that final whistle now. They'll take the point. Into the 8th minute of added on time. Brilliant PL2 entertainment for your Friday night ahead of the long weekend. Emerson there holding it up.
What the line! Second balls, Matty! Get inside the 15, Matty! Sammy, 16! Oh, keep it in play, Zane! Yes. Stay this side, Sammy. Matty! On the 15! Seconds! Seconds!
Clark going to the very last seconds. Cleared away to halfway. There is Sungi to smash it straight back. Expert touch that from Todd Miller. Can he find an effort? Instead he plays in James Furlong on the angle. Oh, that was a massive chance at the death. Just needed to put it across the deck. Square it surely. Well, that was gilt-edged to find a winner. As it is, it finishes Brighton 2, Arsenal 2. But that's not the whole story. Chances galore, tackles flying in from all angles. Exactly what you want to see on a Friday night under the lights. It all started with Jack Hinchelwood on 3 minutes. Kozia Dubry got the visitors level 5 minutes later. Then after the restart, it was Arsenal who turned the game on its head through Sago Jr. But then later on, Kasper Nielsen from the bench gets his first PL2 goal of the season. And it claims a point for Andrew Crofts. Finish here, Brighton Hove Albion 2, Arsenal 2.
Yeah, then we'll get off all these.